If you're interested in local or uncensored image generation, you need to watch this video. As of right now, January 2026, if you're still using Stable Diffusion or Flux for local image generation, you need to pay attention. 𝙎𝙪𝙥𝙥𝙩 of Alibaba, the same guys who do the WAN video models, have released Z-Image Turbo, which can create amazing images of up to 2 megapixels on GPU with as little as 8 gigs of VRAM. That opens up an entirely new world of possibility and local image generation to anyone with a half-decent GPU. And the images I'm showing you here are just results from the distilled version of the model. They have not released the Omni or full version of the model yet, which I'm hopeful will require a little bit more beefier GPUs, but should still be able to run on 12, 16, and 24 gig GPUs, giving us potentially up to 4 megapixels of generation. That's the same as Nano Banana Pro. And you can see here I'm throwing up some of the images from Z-Image Turbo. The model does a couple of cool things, allow it to perform at a similar level as Google's Nano Banana whilst running on these incredibly tiny GPUs. It's got built-in prompt enhancing and reasoning, meaning that it can actually understand and process the prompts that you give it, very similar to what Nano Banana can do. It's got pretty decent text generation, and if you want more information on the specifics of how this model works, please do leave a comment down below and I will do my best to break down how exactly this model is working for those of you that are interested. However, for today, I'm going to show you guys how you can run Z-Image Turbo locally on your own machine. I'm going to show you how you can run it on a cloud GPU like RunPod, as well as a cloud service like my own platform 𝙎𝙪𝙥𝙥𝙦. Or you can just find the relevant part in the chapters down below. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so the great thing is if you're using ComfyUI and you've updated to the latest version, getting started with Z-Image Turbo could not be easier. When you load up ComfyUI, you'll be presented with the templates window. Now, the ComfyUI team have been kind enough to already include some working Z-Image Turbo workflows over here in the template section that you can just look up. So we're going to go ahead and look for Z-Image Turbo, and you can see here that it is perfectly not behaving. So let's give that another go. And here we go. We've got the Z-Image Turbo text to image and Z-Image Turbo Fun Union ControlNet. So Z-Image Turbo not only does text to image, it does image to image, and it can accept ControlNet as well. So we're going to grab first the text to image workflow. Just go ahead and click it up, and it will load up a pretty basic starting workflow for you. You've got your prompt section over here. There's a concatenate section where you can add in specific things or terms for when you're using a LoRa. If you could generate, it will generate the image over here. And down here is a section where you can load in a LoRa. Now, ComfyUI has undergone a lot of changes. One of the cool changes that they've done is something called subgraphs. Each of these nodes are actually a workflow in and of itself. If we come over here and click on this icon over here, you'll see it takes us to another workflow where it can receive input from outside the workflow, which the inputs for the node. It loads in the model over here, your clip, your VE, your latent, a NT text prompt, because this is going to receive it from the node on the outside. You've got the KSampler over here, the model sampling aura flow here, which applies a shift of 3, your VE decoder, and then it outputs the image. The main thing here that I'm going to get into before we step back out into the main workflow is your KSampler needs to be at CFG 1. It's currently set to steps 4, but you can override that. I generally recommend between 4 and 8. Your sampler name needs to be res multistep, your scheduler needs to be 1, and denoise set to 1. To get out of here, we come up here, click over here, and you can see that those inputs are over here, and all of that happens in the node. The same thing comes over here for the LoRa applicator. If we enable it by clicking this button, you can see here that it can accept a LoRa. Various of the parameters that are inputs in the subgraphs come up over here as width, height, seed, and so on. We've got the same thing over here. If we click in here, you can see that we've got all of those items over here. The same workflow, except that there is a LoRa loader in between. If you want to access the template, go back over here to templates, grab the other Z-Image Turbo one. We've got the ControlNet one over here. And in both cases, whether you load up the regular Z-Image workflow or the ControlNet one, you'll get hit with this missing models pop-up where it tells you exactly where to download and put the model. So over here, we've got model patches / Z-Image Turbo Fun ControlNet Union Save Centers. If you download this, it will download over to your downloads folder. What I like to do is I like to copy the URL, head on over to my ComfyUI models folder. In this case, we want to go to model patches. We've got it over here. Open up your terminal so that you're in the correct folder, type in a wget, and just paste in the URL that you copied. This ensures that it gets downloaded straight to the folder where you need it, and you don't have to download it over into your downloads folder, then drag it over, which is annoying. If you're doing this over on RunPod, I'll show you a little bit later how to get that done over there where you don't have the ease of drag and drop. Now, if all you need is basic image generation, you don't want to mess around with ComfyUI, get it started, open up a workflow, you just have some prompts, want to get straight to image generation, I suggest you check out my image and video generation platform, 𝙎𝙪𝙥𝙦. Once you're logged in and set up, come on down here to images, select your model, and we've got 𝙎𝙎𝙪𝙥𝙥𝙦 down here. And you've got access to 𝙎𝙎𝙪𝙥𝙥𝙦, text to image, ControlNet, image to image, and the LoRa variant. Now, what if you do want to use ComfyUI, but you don't have a powerful enough GPU, you're using your GPU for something else, or you want to combine the workflow with video generation? Well, for that, I recommend using RunPod. RunPod is a fantastic platform where you can pay per minute to rent some of the world's best GPUs. They've got everything here from RTX 5090s, 4090s, the new RTX Pro 6000, and more. And you can see here, they're just charging tens of cents per hour. Now, to make it really easy to get up and started, I actually have set up a couple of templates that allow you to just pick your GPU, go straight into ComfyUI, and even have some models and nodes pre-installed. So if you use the link down below, it's going to take you to a page that looks like this. You pick the GPU that you want, we're going to grab the 4090, and then my ComfyUI template will already be preset. However, before you go and deploy it, go ahead and click Edit. Over here, you can set the amount of storage space that's going to be allocated to your GPU. You can change this later. And down here in Environment Variables, I have a whole bunch of install parameters. If you set any of these to 1, it will automatically download and install the required models and any associated ComfyUI nodes to make it easy to get started. By the time this video comes up, I'll have one here for 𝙎𝙎𝙪𝙥𝙥𝙦. You just set it to 1, set the overrides, and it will automatically download the models for you. You can do it when you get into ComfyUI, but if you just don't want to be dealing with that and you just want to go click deploy, go get a cup of coffee, come back and be ready to start using ComfyUI, this is the best way to do it. So once you've set your overrides, come down here and click deploy on demand. Once that happens, you'll see a pod appear over here. You can go ahead and click it, and there'll be a little logs option over here that will show you the installation process. Once it's done, you'll get your 0.0.0 URL. You can go ahead and click connect, and that will open up your ComfyUI. If you want more details on how to use RunPod and the ins and outs of it, the Jupyter file manager, please do check out my RunPod video, which I will link down below. And that's pretty much it. That's how you get started with 𝙎𝙎𝙪𝙥𝙥𝙦 on ComfyUI. It is incredibly easy. It doesn't get easier than this. However, I'm not done with you guys yet. There's a lot of incredible, crazy things that you can do with 𝙎𝙎𝙪𝙥𝙥𝙦. I'm going to put a couple of workflows over on my Patreon for you guys to check out. I'll have a few free ones available for everyone. You don't have to pay to get access to them. If you're interested, sign up to the Patreon. Again, you need to pay to be a member and get the newsletter updates. When you see a workflow or an update that you like, you can go ahead and subscribe or just purchase that particular post if you're interested. I also try and put out some free stuff here and there, as well as updates on other projects I'm working on.